Hi class. This lab activity video is not really your lab 4, right? We already did. So this is kind of like a aerobic exercise program 2, just in case if you want to how to apply progression. So for example, how to increase intensity or how to increase volume. So does it make sense? Does it make sense? So it's kind of like a special lecture just for fun. How about class? So did you remember Dr. Gon took around 1 hour to develop this exercise program? Yeah, using person's VO2 max value, calculated VO2 max value, and body mass. And we made this program. Is right? Is right? How about for example, if this program, right, you give this program to like your friend or somebody, right, based on their VO2 max value and body mass. But do you think this program can lose their body mass if they exercise like 3 times a week, like even for 20 weeks, 10 weeks? How about for 20 weeks? Do you think it decreases their body mass if they do not change their dietitian? Yeah, do you agree? So they can use this exercise program and they can lose their body mass. How about class? Did you remember? You must see this kilocalorie per week. This is kind of program, right? It's based on food mass, body mass. We make great program. The problem is that our health is really dependent on volume. So sometimes we call those responses relationship. So for example, like this, did you remember to maintain our health, we need 1000 kilocalories per week. But to reduce uh, depression, we need around 1500 kilocalories per week. It really depend on body mass, but just around 1500 kilocalories per week. And to reduce body mass, or if we already have health body mass, to maintain that health body mass, we need 2000 kilocalories per week. But how about our program? Did you remember how much kilocalorie per week? This program, 1200 kilocalorie per week is right. So it means it can maintain health, but it cannot reduce depression. It cannot reduce body mass. How about class? Doesn't make sense? Oh my goodness. I exercise, but why I cannot get any like weight loss? How about class? Doesn't make sense, is right? Because it is only 1200 kilocalories per week. Yeah. So this is why, oh my goodness, is exercise and physical activity is different. How about class? Doesn't make sense? So many people talk about go outside, work, and do physical activity. You lose your mass, use body weight. Oh my, how they are not responsible, right? How they do not have any responsibility because they are not educated, right? So to lose body mass is really dependent kilocalorie per week, is right. So our program is perfectly made. However, it has only 1200 kilocalorie per week, so we cannot really reduce body mass. So how about class? This case, maybe I can say that. And how about to lose body mass? This case, we should increase kilocalorie per week, is right. Doesn't make sense? Doesn't make sense? Is right. But however, if you give this program, you should ask your friend or client, right, who have this program, did you succeed or fail? You should ask like this. How about class? Doesn't make sense? You should ask, did you succeed? You fail. How about this case? If your friend or your some your relative, and doesn't matter, right? Anybody. Oh, how about I succeed this program? I did nothing for me, right? How about like this, right? That case, which one you should do? Right? So this case, because it sounds like it is too easy. So that case, you can increase exercise intensity. How about class? Doesn't make sense? You can increase exercise intensity, but you cannot increase other thing. Doesn't make sense? Doesn't make sense? So how about like this? So this case, right? So like this. So how about if your friend or your like a trainee succeed and give 2% intensity increased program. So for example, like this, we start 80% is right, but give 82%. So if you give 82% is right, so this means, oh, intensity increase is right, intensity increase. But you know, you should increase only one, like intensity. Doesn't make sense. Not like other thing, like time. How about doesn't make sense? So it means increase exercise intensity like 2%. So it means your time should be same. That is good, is right. Just theoretically right, is right. Yeah, but that is not correct. Because if you increase exercise intensity, but you cannot increase exercise volume, that is 400 kilocalorie per session, is right. So this case, because you do not change kilocalorie, time should be same or decrease. I believe most people said increase exercise intensity but maintain time. So I just increase one of them. How about like this, right? But actually that is not correct. If you increase exercise intensity based on calculation, because you cannot increase volume, so you should maintain volume. So time should be shorter. That doesn't make sense. So this is kind of program. If you increase 82%, it means your running speed from 6.9 and 7.1. But however, time should be decreased. How about class? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. So which one it will be changed? Like a speed and pace is right. How about mile? No, mile doesn't change. Is right? Because just increase intensity to reach that mile, time is shorter, right? 28.7 to 28 minutes. How about class? Doesn't make sense. How about like this? You give this program 82% one, but trainee said I succeed. That case increase another 2%, so 84%. But this trainee said I succeed. Okay, because it succeed, right? It cannot really give like a optimal stress, so increase 2% again, so 86%. Succeed, right? And for time is 26.7 minutes is right now, right? And if this person succeed, another 2%, 88%. How about class? Doesn't make sense how to approach is right. And actually, this is your real data. This is my data. This is my data. Right? So 88% succeed and 90% succeed, and just keep giving this program, right? 92% succeed, but please watch here. 92%, this person did 24.9 minutes is right, but feel like almost die, but succeed is right. So just keep going. So 94% and finally did 24.4 minutes is right and succeed, but feel like almost die. 1.5 miles like feel like almost die, but succeed is right. So keep going. And 26%, oh my goodness, 26%, this person supposed to do 23.9, but however only did 16 minutes. Okay, how about running speed? Could you see 8.2, this person did 24.4 minutes, but 0.1 difference. 8.3 only did 16 minutes instead of 23.9. So can you guess only 0.1 mile per hour difference? Why the time is that difference is right? Almost half. Almost a little bit over than half is right. So almost half. Can you guess? So please go back to the energy metabolism. So this case, that 8.2, 8.3 is kind of threshold. So 8.2 still focus, right? Still is like based on mitochondrial respiration energy system, but 8.3 is kind of a transition from mitochondrial respiration system to the glycolytic energy system, especially lactate formation. How about class? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. So, however, so 94%, 8.2 mile per hour, 400 kilocalorie is like feel like almost die. But how about if this person exercise three times, right? And even 20 weeks cannot lose body mass. Did you remember? Because this kilocalorie is only for 1,200 kilocalorie per week. Is it right? So to reduce body mass, it should increase kilocalorie. Is it right? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Or simply, it can increase frequency 2 times more. Is it right? So 5 times a week, 5 times a week, right? So 5 times a week, 400 kilocalories, so 2,000 kilocalories. So finally can lose body mass. Does it make sense? Doesn't make sense. So this case, because it's like maximum or optimal speed for 400 kilocalorie for this training is 8.2 mile per hour, is right? So there are no margin to increase speed, right? Increase intensity. But you can increase kilocalories, right? Doesn't make sense using this speed. So this case, how about like this? So it's time to increase volume. How about that? Doesn't make sense? See, please watch here. Okay, I let change intensity. So 8.2 is same. But another day, I ask this trainee try to 425 kilocalorie, but 8.2 mile per hour. Doesn't make sense? At this time, at this moment, 8.2 mile per hour for this person's like really maximum exercise intensity, but still using mitochondrial response system. Doesn't make sense. So this case for 25, time is a little bit increased than previous 25.9 and succeed. If this person succeed, right? So we should keep going, is right? But at this time increase kilocalorie. So how about 450, 475? How about class? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. So this is why mile increase, right? Is a mile increase. How about class? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. So time increase, mile increase, because same speed and alright, same speed, right? Same speed. I'm sorry, so same speed. And because kilocalorie increase, so yeah, mile increase. So here, so to increase exercise intensity to reach 400 kilocalories, that was 8.2, is right? So its optimal speed for this person is 8.2 mile per hour. And increase kilocalorie, and right now it's 475. Actually 500, this person failed several times. So this person's optimal exercise speed as well as volume is 8.2 mile per hour, and kilocalorie is per section as 475 kilocalorie is this person's is optimal speed as well as optimal kilocalorie. Is right? So 475 is optimal one. So to how about, so this case, right, how many times we should exercise to reduce body mass? That case is around 4 times, right? That is 500, and maybe 4 times is around 4 times is around is 1,900, is right? So that can be close to 2,000 kilocalorie. So it can reduce body mass. How about class? Doesn't make sense. This is like a progression. Right? So I just want to show this like a boxing one, right? So it's mean, Dr. Gon, why just you include this photo, right? So I would like to write this. So exercise program is not like one event. No. Did you remember? We need to measure using 1.5 mile run test our weight max is right, and our body mass, and using this kind of variable, we can make exercise program, right? It spent almost 1 hour. And if this training succeed using this program, we must increase exercise intensity first and exercise training volume, is right? How many times we did? I think it look like almost 10 or 12 times, is right? So it means like this. To do uppercut, right? To do uppercut to the is a opponent, is right? We need 1 2 1 2 1 2 and jab 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 jab, is right? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. So exercise programming, we cannot make exercise program just one time. No, it take a time. It took a time. How about class? Doesn't make sense. But however, so many people things said, right? We can make exercise program not like this kind of approach because they are not really educated. for this kind of field. Doesn't make sense? Doesn't make sense. So how about class? This is like exercise physiology. So we cannot really focus at fitness assessment and exercise prescription. So this is why I prepare this kind of like lecture video. It's not like really our class. Maybe just part of the lab or part of the lab activity or special lecture. How about class? Doesn't make sense. You can learn this one is very seriously. KINS 456A. This is cardiovascular fitness, and KINS 456B, that is like resistance training, right? KINS 425 and strength and conditioning can cover this one is a little bit. And I'll teach next semester KINS 588. That is the for graduate student or some undergraduate too, right? So you will learn this kind of program, right? This is other class, upper level class. Exercise physiology is a prerequisite for that classes. So how about class? Doesn't make sense? Doesn't make sense? So I believe it can give some idea to you, right? How exercise program is not really easy to make and to create it, right? So this is why many times I said physical activity, exercise, and sports are different. Especially exercise, you need this kind of number and number. Not just only number, you should based on exercise physiology and biochemistry. Thank you very much.